Good afternoon. Good morning. It's 10:20. Man, time is dragging kind of. I did all my chores. So I'm just kind of chilling. I did see a photo of the bitch or the person, the state employee impersonating my sister, Elizabeth Ann Walker Beach. And I don't know. I don't know what to say. I guess, if people think they can get away with murder, rape, being able to get away with something is an incentivizes it in a way. If you think, hey, I can do this and I probably won't get caught, if you're a criminal. So there needs to be a deterrent, right, to Satanists, kidnapping, murdering, bloodsuckers. They need to know that they can't get away with it, that they there needs to be punishment for crime, right? I know there's a lot of political stuff and racial stuff going on in America and communism type stuff. I know in a sense some places are legalizing certain types of crime. Like San Francisco, legalizing theft, under a certain amount. You could just take it and... So that's not good for society. That's not good for a business. Sometimes it's just store policy. It's not necessarily the law, but it's just store policy to let people steal our stuff and don't intervene. I've seen that. So, yeah, you got to ask yourself, what kind of society or world do you want to live in, where it's okay to kidnap and murder somebody like Elizabeth Ann Walker Beach, and that's okay? Is that the kind of world you want to live in? It could be your sister, it could be your family member. So, of course we don't want that. Even the state, even though they have an imposter impersonating her now, Elizabeth Ann Walker Beach, they won't admit that they want to live in that type of world where kidnapping and murder is allowed. They themselves cannot say that. They condone their own type of behavior that they themselves did. Now we can go into the demonic realm and the spiritual realm, and I think that's where a lot of things lie, actually. But that can't be, at the same time, that can't be a scapegoat for bad behavior, right? For criminal behavior. Oh, it was the devil made me do it. Well, tough titty, The devil made me do it. I guess Jeffrey Dahmer could have probably used that. And speaking of Jeffrey Dahmer, you had a lot of Democrat, you had Jeffrey Dahmer worshipers who literally, had the statue of a gold-plated gold statue, Podesta, Tony Podesta. So John Podesta, which was the campaign manager of Hillary Clinton, his brother had a statue of, you know, that contorted body, headless contorted body that Jeffrey Dahmer had. I don't know if they found that in his apartment. So he's into some kind of sick stuff. Some say he's into some Mayan type stuff. You know, that whole human sacrifice type stuff. How did I get on the subject though? I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but yeah, so that's Tony Podesta, brother of John Podesta, Hillary's campaign manager. So it seems like we already, you know, these were some years ago, but it seems like this is just like a, it's like this stuff exists, and it's very sick, right? And you don't want to have to confront it or admit it exists, because then you're faced with having to do something about it, clean it up, or admit that, hey, this is the kind of world we live in, and this is acceptable. This is acceptable behavior, and we don't care. So yeah, Tony Podesta, weird character, had pictures of dead girls on his wall, calls that art. Calls a contorted, headless statue in the entrance of his house, calls that art. Yeah, a lot of funny stuff going on. Aside from all the racial, communist, you know, the black versus white, that, you know, I was even watching a old 50s TV series or show, and that was going on back in the 50s. You know, they were trying to pit the races against each other, and it's like an old communist tactic, but it's like kind of in the playbook though, you know. It just won't go away. Just won't go away.